New discovery: Hellish Rugby-shaped planet shocks NASA. In a recent European Space Agency mission, named Cheops, an exoplanet was discovered orbiting its host star within a day, having a deformed shape, much like a rugby ball. But before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Future Collective, for more amazing videos just like this one. With that out of the way, let's get to it. This exoplanet was located within the constellation of Hercules, named WAS 103b. The planet's deformation is due credit to the strong tidal forces between the planet and its host star, WAS 103, which was discovered to be 200 degrees hotter and 1.7 times larger than the Sun. With WAS 103b, the first ever deformation of an exoplanet was detected, which offers many new insights into the internal structure of the whole group of star-hugging planets. This exoplanet comes under the planetary group called hot Jupiters, which is due credit to their close orbit to their host star, with lower than 10 days of orbital periods. The region, WAS 103b, helps to very clearly understand the core concepts of planetary physics, majoring in the starting of tidal interactions. This is due to the intense surface temperature and the strong tidal forces that cause the shape of the planet to deform. Furthermore, with the orbital period being only a single Earth day, the planet is exposed to a significant amount of radiation along with the powerful tidal forces from its host star. This is very similar to how the moon causes tidal waves, but in this case, it becomes incomparably stronger. The exoplanet was discovered by a group of Swiss scientists who used a large amount of observational data from the Cheops Space Observatory, processed it, and made a significant discovery. This study was assisted by data from the Hubble and the Spitzer space telescopes. This data was collected by observing several passages of an exoplanet in front of its star, which allowed the scientists to draw conclusions about the internal structure of the exoplanet. Now, let's talk about the structure of WAS 103b. The conclusion about the internal structure of this exoplanet was made using what's called love numbers, which are dimensionless parameters to help measure the rigidity of a planet's body and the susceptibility of its shape to change in response to a tidal potential caused by a nearby red dwarf. Although the accuracy of these calculations is relatively low, the authors of the study surely want to refine their calculated data by gaining access to further observations from the Cheops telescope and possibly the James Webb telescope that was recently launched by NASA. The tidal forces tend to round off the planetary orbits and synchronize the planetary and stellar rotation with the orbital period. In the hot Jupiter systems, the orbits are usually circularized with the planet rotation synchronized. With that said, the synchronization of the stellar rotation is still incomplete due to the long and still poorly unconstrained timescale of the overall process. The overall tidal interaction for the hot Jupiters leads to the unstable transfer of angular momentum from the planetary orbit to the stellar angular momentum. This results in the planet slowly spiraling inwards and eventually becoming engulfed by the host star. Hence, the tidal interactions between a star and a closing exoplanet lead to a shrinkage of orbit and eventually tidal disruption of the planet. The size of WAS 103b is almost twice as large as Jupiter, 1.5 times as massive and about 50 times closer to its star than the Earth is to the Sun. And the star, WAS 103 itself, being much bigger and massive, accounts for the extra orbital and stellar strain on the exoplanetary structure. Scientists have assumed that there will be strong tides, but as of today, they haven't been able to conclude the same. After observing the WAS 103b's transit for a while, scientists were able to measure the deformation of the exoplanet that made it look like a rugby ball. This sort of analysis was carried out for the first time, and the results obtained made it possible to draw multiple conclusions about the planet as well as its structure. With that, our video has come to an end. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Future Collective, and hit that bell icon for more future-related content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.